Hello everybody and welcome back to Big Breakfast Gaming. My name is Mike and this is episode 1 of my Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough. In this episode we will be starting a new story mode game and focusing on the storyline and basic gameplay. If you enjoy this episode, please don't forget to subscribe and like, but for now, let's play.
Nom nom nom. Big breakfast!
What's that now? Don't like the cold? Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I. Here. Wear this. It belonged to my daughter. Good. Today, I speak your name, girl. But will the goddess speak it back? Normally, it would be the mother who declares, if you had one. The whole village would attend, and matriarchs perform the ritual. But we are outcasts. Even so, we keep the tribe's rituals. Otherwise, we might become like the faithless old ones, who turned their backs on the goddess. But their wickedness doomed them. To us, were left the splendors of creation, beasts of air, water, earth, and steel. It is one thing to hunt a beast, another to hunt a machine. You must be humble and respect their power. I will teach you this. One day. High Matriarch Teersa. What is she doing here? Does she mean to forbid the ritual?
No, off your knees. It's nearly time. And yes, you may speak to me.
You came to bless the naming.
Have not 6 months gone by since we entrusted her to you?
But we are outcasts.
You by choice, and she, well... I am a High Matriarch, Rost. I bless whom I choose.
Then you honor us.
Yes, now go, and be ready to declare. Go! Oh, Mother, this child needs a name by which to know her, that your love may warm her life as the rising sun warms all the earth. Speak her name!
Aloy!
And so her name is blessed.
Stop this at once! What have you done?
I've blessed the naming of a child.
Stubborn woman, you call that curse a child? What did she tell you about his birth, outcast? Answer!
I've done only what you asked.
To raise it, yes. We said nothing of love.
Enough.
And you, blessing its name like it was one of
I
the
know
Nora,
my duty
one of
to
the
them.
tribe.
And to you.
Without consultation.
I'm here. And wherever you go, I will follow.
Okay, so without further ado, let's start our new game. Now, we're going to start this game as a story mode. Now, I'm more interested in explaining what I know about the game and going into the details of all the missions and so on and so on and so on. And then getting to its conclusion, getting all the weapons, getting all of the outfits, getting everything that we need, and then starting a New Game Plus. Now, the New Game Plus, once we get to it, it's going to be in probably normal difficulty. We are then going to use New Game Plus to get the better versions of the weapons and the outfits and get any little bits and pieces that we want to get. And then eventually we're going to get to an ultra hard version of the game. But for now, we're going to start off in story mode. Now, really excited about this. This is the new release. It is the complete edition for the PC, and I am extremely excited. I have read up a few things. I've heard about the differences in the graphics and so on, so I'm excited to see what those are going to look like. But I really, really love this game. It is my absolute favorite game to date, and I'm very excited to be sharing that with you.
Oh, that's a lot of berries. You're quite the gatherer, aren't you, little Bast? Now go and see if you can find some more, hmm? Well done, that's a good boy. Children, come with me. She's an outcast, to be shunned. There. Oh, come on. There.
Hear me. Some kind of cave?
Okay, so this is our initial part of the game where we learn about our character, we learn about her movements and so on and so on. Before we go on, let's take a look if there's a menu available. There isn't. Obviously, if you press the options button on a PlayStation 4 controller, you will get all the options that you see in front of you right now. Photo mode being one of my favorites at the moment. Check it out. Yeah, I can take a photo from anywhere. I can change quite a lot of stuff, but not interested in going through that right now. So let's just go back to the game. At the moment, as I say, to get to your regular inventory menu, you'd need to press the pad. But as you can see, menu not available right now in this section of the game. But we will check that out when we next get an opportunity to do so. So for the moment, we're just going to make our way through and get to where we need to go.
But I can get through.
Just to get through, we're going to crouch by pressing square, turn that off.
This must be a ruin of the metal world. One of the old places.
Graphics do look good. It's been a while since I played the PlayStation 4
Ross
version,
said never go in places like this.
so it's difficult to tell
Have to find
what
a
the
way
differences are. Here's something interesting. Now, if you haven't played this game before, in here you can see there's another room. We can't access that room now. We have to come back when we're grown up. We can break into this using our spear. So we will come back and we will check on all these things. But for the moment, we're just interested in progressing through so that we can get to the main part of the game.
There's something up ahead. What's that? A dead person.
A dead person, oh dear.
There's something shiny there. Oh. Lights. Everywhere. How does he do this?
Okay, so now we have our focus. We can toggle that on and off with R3, as you can see. I wonder if we have a menu now. We do. Right. Let's take a quick look at our menu. The map section, obviously we can't see the entirety of the map just yet. You can if you go all the way up. And you can see that this is the area that we've got available to us right now. We're going to see more of the map later on. So what else we got? We've got inventory at the moment, but we don't have anything in there. We've got no weapons, no outfits, no modifications, no resources, nothing at all. Quests, the only quest that's active at the moment, the only one that we can access anyway, is Find a Way Out. And of course then we've got our notebook. Now the notebook is going to show us all of the creatures, I say creatures, I mean machines, all of the machines that we come across will be listed here as we scan them. Further down we've got game progression, we've got Frozen Wilds progression. As we we say, this is the complete edition, so we have the Frozen Wilds, we'll get into that at one point. And we also have loads of statistics. There's also their collectibles, Frozen Wild collectibles and data points. At the moment we can't access those because we haven't seen one. So let's head forward. As you can see, there's a door. There's nothing we can do with it.
I found can help.
So by turning on the focus we can follow the wires and we can see it's connected to these machines. If you linger on one of the machines, it will give you the information, and it's obviously told us that we need to go this way to get to that machine. So we'll head there and figure out how we can open the door. Right, now by scanning this we can see that this is a hololock, and over here it tells us the position it needs to be in to turn it on. So we can see that the red bit of the circle needs to be facing down. Over here it's facing up. So to change that we just approach, press either square or circle to turn. And when it hits the bottom, you can see it's unlocked. And it's also unlocked the door. So we can head back and get through. Now obviously these are the basics. I'm not going to overly talk later on because I think the gameplay really needs to speak for itself. But just initially to give you some explanations. And if we come across anything that needs to be explained, I will do so. If there's anything that you guys want to point out or ask about, then please do. I know this game pretty well. So if you leave me a comment with a question, I'll be happy to do my best to answer. Now, while we're here, you can see that up there, that's a data point. All we do, linger over it with the focus, and it will read it and it will store it. I'm not going to be reading through them now. You could press triangle as you read it, and that will start to read it out to you as it's an audio file. But I don't want to do those now. At some point we will go through all the data points that we get so that we can look at what the story is that's behind the whole backstory of this game.
Like the one I found.
You think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Show me. Show me again.
I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
Right, you can have a look around the rooms that you enter using your focus, and if there's anything of interest it will pick it up. At the moment in this room there isn't much, so we'll move on. Now there are two rooms here, one this way which has a data point. Again, I'm going to scan, but I'm not going to read. At this point I could press triangle. Actually, let's do it just so you can see what effect it has.
We actually celebrated last night? Well, we did. Kind of. Director Evans invited everyone to gather in the community room. Don't know where he got the party hats. That was a ghoulish touch. So there we sit watching the clock tick down to midnight, and I'm thinking, am I the only one who gets the symbolism of this? It might have been worth it if Skylar had gotten drunk again, but I seem to be a mistake she doesn't want to repeat.
Alright, so that's what happens if you press triangle. You'll listen to whatever the data point is, and we will go through and listen to them all at some point. It does give you really good information
Why
about
did they die here?
what happened in the
What
past.
happened to them?
As I say, all you have to do is linger over them and it will scan them and put them in your memory banks. If you're not sure if you've already done it, just do them again. You won't copy it twice. Okay, and you can have a look at that. If you go into your menu and just head on over to Notebook, you'll now see that data points has been highlighted. So if you go in here, you've got all of these data points that we've just detected. We've got a hologram data point, and we've got all these audio data points. There are also text data points. And they're down as quests, they're down as world and machines. Scanned glyphs, Frozen Wilds audio data points, Frozen Wilds text data points, and so on and so on and so on. And you can look through those at any time during the game or otherwise. For the moment, let's head out.
He found me. Ross found me. Down here. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, Mother be praised. Come, girl. Take my hand. You don't belong down there. Come. Such places are forbidden, Aloy.
I fell in.
They are of the metal world. What is that on your face?
Nothing.
Did you find it down there?
No.
Give it to me.
No.
Aloy, such things are dangerous.
No!
Well, if you're gonna go sneaking away from home, you'll need to know how to survive in the wild. Come, Aloy. Home now. But starting tomorrow, you will learn to hunt.
All these shapes. What do they mean?
Take your bow.
Bow?
And enough muttering to that plaything. We descend to the valley now. Follow. The wilds can be dangerous, Aloy. You will need to stay close and do as I say.
I know.
Now, you're still scratched up from that fall you took yesterday. So let's start there. Take this medicine pouch. I'll show you how to fill it. See this plant over here? It's called salvebrush. Come, gather its berries in your pouch.
Okay, so we've got a little bit more learning to do. This is all the basic stuff.
Now eat the berries.
Eating the berries, just press up. You can see at the bottom you've got an image of a green cross. That means that you just need to press the up button and that eats the berries.
They may taste bitter,
They do.
but they can save your life.
Awesome.
Always keep your pouch full of medicinal berries, flowers, and plants.
Now you can wander off at this point. Just pick up a few bits and pieces that you might find. It is really, really important in this game to pick up as many of the resources that you come across as you possibly can. It's not just medicine and it's not just wood or sticks that you're picking up. There are other bits and pieces that you'll come across that you can use for crafting certain traps and certain items or potions.
Further downriver, we'll find a herd of machines, and I will teach you how to hunt.
Excellent.
Are they dangerous?
All machines are dangerous, Aloy. Their power must be respected. But I will be beside you.
So we're going to learn how to do some fighting basics, as well as some hiding basics.
Aloy, a machine's coming.
So we crouch,
and follow me into the tall grass.
and you can use tall grass to hide. You can see the eye symbol at the top. As you enter, the eye will close, and that will say that you are hidden.
Such machines are called watchers. You must learn to avoid their gaze. If you are to survive in the wilds, I will show you. Listen close and do as I do. Stay still. Wait for it to pass. Now keep low and follow me across the trail to that tall grass.
It's just about teaching you to stay out of the gaze
Oh,
of
another one.
certain machines.
Pass. Come, back this way. The slower you move, the quieter you'll be. And crouched walking is quieter than upright. Wait for it. That's the last of them. Let's move on.
Okay. So we'll head on to the next part, which will involve us
They didn't see or hear you. Now stay
killing
close. That herd should be just ahead.
some machines. Can we pick this up before the cutscene? Yes, we can. Where is he? Is he waiting for me?
Who's that?
Ignore him.
But why's he up there? He's smiling at us.
Teb! Get back where you belong! Teb! Where are you?
Ignore him. We are outcasts and he is of the tribe.
Maybe he doesn't like the tribe.
And he is a fool. Come now. Let's find that herd. Follow.
Yes, let's find the herd.
There. See them? These are called striders. Ha! Get!
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines startle easily if they detect you and run away. They're best approached by stealth. Don't worry. We'll catch up with them further down the valley. You'll see. Now, I want you to find some rocks that fit the cup of your hand.
Okay.
Do as I say, Aloy, and gather the rocks. I will show you how to use them. Good. Those will do. Follow.
Okay, I only needed those, but I'm just going to pick up the rest as well. Why not? It's going to be waiting for me. But, you know what? No big deal. Can wait. I've waited years for this to come out on PC. He can wait a couple of minutes. Excellent. Always make sure, as best as you can or to the best of your ability, that your medicine pouch is full. Or as full as you can get it. You will need it.
Come now.
Now, I'm only in story mode, so I won't need it as much, but you will need it at some point. And if you play a higher mode, a higher difficulty, then again, you're really going to need it.
Time.
I'm coming.
There's the herd. All right. It's time to throw some rocks.
But rocks can't hurt machines, right?
No, but they can distract them. Draw them into traps. Like that watcher over there. It must be dealt with, or it will warn the herd and send them running before we get in range.
Warn them. How?
The machines speak to each other, Aloy. Unless they are first silenced. Now you stay here on the ridge. On my signal, throw rocks and draw the watcher over to me. Wait for my signal.
I'll wait for your signal. Now to throw a rock, we just gotta press down when the rock symbol is in the down position. And aim with R.
Throw a rock near me.
And then release it. Okay. Now we can get down there. Before we harvest, we're just going to go around and pick up
There. Come, girl. It's safe now.
everything that's available to us. We're going to craft some arrows now, so just want to make sure we've got enough material. Oh, a little bit of medicine.
Harvest the kill so
Pick
I can
up
teach you
our
how to make
rock.
arrows. Use the stalks as arrow shafts and metal shards for arrowheads.
Alright, so to do that we open the weapon wheel by pressing and holding L1, and when you've got more weapons you will be able to switch to them and the different ammo that they use. But for now all we've got is the hunter arrows, so to make a pack of 10 we simply press X and craft using the materials we have. And that's
Good.
that.
You'll
Straightforward.
never run out of arrows if you know how to craft what you need. Let's put those arrows to use. Follow.
Follow. Always follow.
Here. Stay low in the grass and be quiet. It's time to make your first kill. Strider. One of the weaker machines. But even a weak machine can kill a hunter if she's careless. You must study your prey. Its hide is thick, but there are spots where it is vulnerable. Like its eye. Can you guess another?
Can we guess another? No, we don't need to guess. Take out our focus. If you give it a good scan, you can see that weaknesses will light up. Tells you exactly what its weaknesses are.
The canister on its back. Is that a weakness?
Yes. How did you guess that?
The device. It showed me.
But that plaything? Stop playing games. Now, take down that Strider. Target the eye or the canister. And if it charges, be ready to roll out of the way.
Alright, so L2 aims. Now at the moment we haven't got any kind of concentration or anything like that. Those are skills that we'll learn in a little while, so we're just going to do a regular little aiming here. There we go. And we're going to fire
Take
at
aim and make your kill.
the canister. Now you can pick up anything that fell off.
You did well today.
There
But
we
you
go.
have much to learn. Tomorrow, we train again.
Excellent.
What was that?
That boy. The one running the brave trails.
Follow, Aloy. Quick!
Now we can move faster if we press L3. Then our character will speed up. Press L3 again, she'll slow back down, so L3 once. He's running a bit too fast for me.
I can do nothing. It's only a matter of time before the machines find that boy and kick him to death. But if I shoot, it'll cause a stampede, and it will trample him.
the paths they take.
Stop telling stories.
I'm not. I can sneak through.
You will not. Aloy!
Alright, so to see a path, switch on your focus and use R1 to highlight the path. Now that shows you where they're going. Currently he's going to be moving that direction, so as soon as he goes past, we can make a break for it.
Quietly so I can sneak past them.
Alright, so straight into this lot.
Can't let them see me.
Could make a break for it now, but let's not risk it. Okay, so we can break for it.
Got to be careful.
So again, this is just training to show you the basics of how to
I need to see their paths.
be stealthy.
Almost. Oh,
Oh,
no.
been seen.
The Watcher saw me.
That did not help, did it? Missed that Watcher. Never mind.
I need to do this slowly and quietly.
Where was he?
Can't let them see me. Got to be
There
careful.
we go. They usually took a lot more time before they can locate you, but I guess this is just training purposes. Okay, don't forget, if you can, pick up stuff. If you can't, just don't worry about it. You'll be able to catch up and get more stuff later on.
Hey,
What? How is this?
follow me.
Alrighty.
How do you know to avoid them? How are you doing this?
Could make it. Wait for him.
How is this possible?
Don't think there is one here. Okay, so we've just made our first save. Excellent, good rescue.
So, it is no plaything.
Wait. Oh, Mother, bless that girl. Bless you both.
Boy!
Save me. I just wanted...
Boy!
Seal your lips! They are outcasts, both. And she
is motherless. Come now. Back to Mother's heart.
That boy should not have spoken to us. It's against tribal law. We'll go home now. Follow.
I know the way. Seal your lips. Seal your lips. Seal your lips.
Stay away, no mother!
Choices. Right. We have a selection of 3 choices that we can make. One that's made by the head, one that's made by the heart, and one that's made just out of pure, Anyway, we can decide what we want to do at this point. Sometimes these choices do have an effect on the game. They certainly have an effect on whether certain people survive or not, or whether you get help doing certain missions or not. But for the most part, it doesn't really matter what you choose. I believe that it doesn't mess up any missions, so you can still do all of the missions that are in the game. So you can choose whatever you like. Now, for me, I like to follow the heart, so I'm just going to drop my rock.
Stop!
Children, away from there! Back to picking berries!
You're bleeding. Let me have a look. Here, hold still. I'll get it.
Why? Why am I an outcast?
Aloy, this is not the time.
Who was my mother?
Aloy, I've told you before, that's not for us to know. You were just a newborn when the matriarchs brought you to me.
So the matriarchs, they know?
It's not so simple.
But they know.
Aloy, we are outcasts.
So how do I make them tell me?
The matriarchs? There is a way, perhaps.
So tell me.
It would be dangerous.
How?
It would take years of training.
I don't care. How do I do it? Tell me.
The proving. The tribe's rite of passage held every year. Those who pass become braves. But to the one who wins, the matriarchs grant a boon.
A boon?
Yes, whatever the winner wants.
Then I'll do it. Whatever it takes. I'll win the proving.
I see. We'd best get started then. Your training will be hard. And it'll take years.
Start training? Yes. Follow.
She's keen.
Rost? Rost? Rost?
Where is he? 2 days before the proving and he goes off without me? He wouldn't do that.
Okay, we are in the main bulk of the game now. So let's look at a few things while we're here. Let's knock all these down. Now you can do that by pressing R2, which is a heavy strike. If you use R1, it's kind of a very... It will eventually, I think, knock it down. I think, no, maybe not. Okay, I seem to recall that it used to. But okay, if you use R2, that's a heavy strike, so that will knock it down. And remember to collect up a few more bits. Now, let's grab this stuff. And then let's take a look at our menu, because we have some skill points to use. So into our menu, we can now see that everything is open for us to view. So there are some collectibles that are around. You will need maps for those, and you can purchase those maps from a vendor. Quests, the only thing active at the moment is to find Rost. Point of the spear is the mission. There are no side or errands and no tutorials at the moment. Your map is now much fuller. We can see everything in this area now. And you can see that there are several locations that we need to get to. These are fire, these fire symbols. These are encampments. They are places that we can save the game. They are also used for fast travel, which we are going to need. So my advice to you is to go to these locations so that you can turn them green, like this one is here. So when you get near to them, they will turn green. You'll be able to fast travel between those points. Now, to make them turn green, you don't have to actually go right up to them. You don't have to use them to save. All you need to do is get within 50 steps of them. That's it. So get within 50 steps and you will be able to use that point. There are other locations on the map that are featuring machines. This is a scrapper and it denotes where a scrapper site is. I think you've got another scrapper site right here. You've got Strider sites here. Any more within this area? No. Locations like this will show you where built up areas or little villages or towns are that you'll also be able to visit. We can't get out of this area just yet, it's still blocked off, but we will get there eventually. And here we have ruins, and you can see that it's already green to say that we've already visited it. The reason for that is the ruins that we fell into as a child, and we will be going back in there fairly soon, because now that we have our spear, there are areas in there that we will be able to access. So we want to go in there and get whatever items are available to us. For the moment, the only mission that we've got is to get to Rost, and that is what we will be doing. Before that, let's check the rest of this. Now, we can craft things. At the moment, our carry capacities are what are the most important for me to craft to begin with. We can't craft those yet because we don't have the materials to do so, and you can see that in inventory. If you go to inventory, you can see the weapons you got, the outfits, the modifications, and the resources. We just don't have a lot of resources to our name at the moment. We don't have any treasure boxes. We do have some special items. There are some bits and pieces in here that we can pick up from a trader. I don't really need to use these, it's not all that important, but we probably will when we get there. And the most important thing is the skills. Now, As you can see, there are quite a lot of skills. Some of them aren't visible yet because you have to get to certain points within the game before you can access them. But there are a lot of skills. Which ones you activate first are completely and utterly obviously up to you. I'm going to select the ones that I would normally do. And for me, it would be Lure Call, because I want to be able to lure machines to me while I'm hiding so that I can basically silent strike them. So I'm going to learn that one. And Critical Hit is definitely one I want to use. When you've knocked a creature down, you'll be able to use Critical Hit to impose some really, really high damage. And Silent Strike, which we are going to use in combination with Lure Call to basically assassinate them quite silently. And there are more, like Concentration is really, really good. You can use it to slow down time and allow you to focus more on your targeting. And similarly, where was it? Hunter Reflexes, if you're in the air or if you're sliding, then time will again slow down and give you time to aim. It's really, really quite useful. Others are just as useful and will work really, really well. And we will get them all eventually. So back to the game. Let's make our way to Rost.
He said we'd go hunting this morning. Why isn't he
Like
here?
most open world games, you just follow your on-screen target. By going to your map, you can change targets, you can change missions and so on. And as always, I'll never stop saying this, you've got to pick up your resources as you go.
He's just standing there. What's going on with him?
Aloy, you're here.
Now, as I say, I like to do everything using the heart, so...
You want to be alone?
No. We must speak. I've been thinking about your training, Aloy. You've learned to hunt, learned to survive. But I fear there's a lesson I failed to teach you. Would you learn it now?
Of course. I'll always learn what you have to teach.
There has been some trouble recently. It affords an opportunity to learn this lesson, but it will be dangerous. You must come prepared, or you will die. Descend into the Embrace and hunt until you have gathered the parts for fire arrows.
Fire arrows? What kind of trouble are we talking about?
Once you have the parts, you will meet me there, at the gate beyond the village of Mother's Heart.
The North Gate? At the edge of the Embrace?
Yes. Now be on your way.
Is something else bothering you?
No, I'm fine.
Are you worrying about what happens after the proving?
What happens is clear. You will be accepted as one of the tribe, and I will still be an outcast, to be shunned.
Rost, even if the tribe accepts me, I won't...
There is much to do, Aloy. We will discuss this later.
Okay. Anything else you want me to do while I'm down in the Embrace?
Odd Grata might be out of food by now. You could hunt a week's worth of meat for her, if you find the time.
Wouldn't mind if she'd say thanks just once.
Grata follows the law. Her science towards us is honorable, not an insult.
If you say so. I'll go gather the parts, but I'm also going to pay Karst a visit.
Aloy, that man breaks the law every time he speaks to you.
And I'm glad he does. I want to buy a tripcaster, and no other trader will sell to outcasts.
Stock it with ammunition, then. You'll find use for that weapon tonight.
That sounds ominous. All right. See you at the North Gate.
Okay, so how am I going to play this game?
He's wrong.
In my Assassin's Creed Odyssey playthrough, which you can also find on my channel. I am playing the game by doing main missions first, followed by side missions and so on. It's not necessary to do that in this game. You can do all missions just as they appear in front of you. So at the moment we've got a main mission, Point of the Spear, to be getting on with, and we also have an errand. So I like to just go for the errands first. It means getting extra experience points, filling up your bars quicker, getting to a higher level, and obviously the higher you are, the more powerful your character becomes and the more damage you can do. And there's nothing wrong with being nice and strong as early as possible. But again, it's completely up to you. You can play this game however you like. So if you feel that doing the main missions is for you, that's great. If you feel like the side missions are the best for you, that's great. If you feel like doing a mix and just doing them whenever you like, then again, great. Do as you like. Just remember to do all the little bits in between.
2 more days, and I know what it's like in there. It's so many people crammed into one place.
So, you notice I just killed the fox. Got a bit of meat. Try to kill creatures that you come across in order to harvest from them. You will need to use meats and skins and bones and so on that you get from them to upgrade your to upgrade your satchels, to make sure you can carry more items, just generally take whatever you can from the resources of the game. So you see, that one did not catch me that quickly, but I can kill it quickly, as this is pretty much story mode. So they shouldn't pose too much of a threat. I swear there was one there. Oh, there it is. I'm sure there's another one. No? Okay, thought there might be. We've got a watcher lens there. That'll be good. You can use these lenses for trading or for selling, and that'll get us more shards or weapons or items that we need. So we're heading up to Grata. There's not much for me to talk about just yet, but if anything comes up, I will explain it. But once again, if you spot anything and want to know the answers to it, then by all means please ask. I'm more than happy to give you whatever knowledge I may have, however good or otherwise that might be. Okay, anything else to hunt? Now I can tag an animal with R2, and that'll allow me to chase it down. Now you can see it's left something blue behind. Animal talisman skull. Now I can sell that for shards, but that's not really why I hunt. I hunt for materials to do my upgrades. So you can see the animals that are around. You can scan them through any locations. That's the focus, that's the power of it. Okay, have we got ourselves some bone? Yes, we do. Now that bone is what we are looking for. Bone and skins. We use those from various different animals for upgrading.
Oh, hello, Grata. Oh, Mother, since I was cast out, have I not been constant as the river flows? Have I not kept the vows as the stones do? Show me your grace, All Mother, and provide for me once more.
Good news, Grata. Once again, All Mother has brought you rabbits.
Oh, Mother, your voice cracks like the distant thunder. I hear the songs of grief, All Mother. I would join the call, but I left my prayer beads atop the eastern overlook. I am afraid.
Wait at your camp for me, Grata. I'll see what I can do.
Alright, so she needs her prayer beads. Don't forget you can speed your character up while they're running. Just pressing L3 allows you to do that. And if you bump into anything like a wall or something like this, for example, and your character ends up stopping, when you try to run again, they'll be going slow.
Uh-oh, spotted.
Spotted, but not defeated. Okay, we'll carry on. Right, now over here, this area over there, that's where you're going to find the Striders, which are going to have blaze canisters on them, and we need those. But before we do, let's speak to this guy and activate another mission.
You want to talk to an outcast?
I'm desperate for help, whatever the consequences.
What's the problem then? Trouble with your leg?
Forget about me. It's my daughter, Arana. She's in danger. She went after a scrapper near Mother's cradle, and I fear for her life. I can't even stand up, let alone go after her. Will you help me find her?
You know the matriarchs might cast you out for speaking to me, don't you?
I don't care. I tried looking for her myself, and my leg gave out. Just find her. I'll accept any punishment if it means she's safe.
Why would your daughter hunt a scrapper on her own?
It's my fault. I went after it first, and it tore up my leg. I barely got away, and I left a spear impaled in the machine. That spear was made by Adina, my mate, who died last year. It means everything to Arana. She went after the scrapper to get it back.
You said Arana went to Mother's cradle?
Yes, southeast of here. I forbid her from going, but ever since her mother died, she's become impossible. Damn it, look at me. A widower, now a cripple. Father that can't find his daughter. Please, help me set things right.
I'll do what I can to help your daughter.
Make sure she's all right. I'm begging you.
Alright, that's another mission we've got active, and we will get to it. Now, this here is Corruption Glaze Root. I'm not going to bother picking them. I have my strategies of how to play the game, and I don't tend to use particular items, so I'm not going to bother. You can play the game differently, obviously. You can use it to make certain items or certain potions that will assist you. I just don't use them, so I'm not going to bother. They take up space in your inventory that I don't really want to take up. I'm sure I saw a turkey. Ah, it's run off in another direction. Okay, fair enough. I'll let you off. Right, we are going this way now. Now, let's tag these guys so that we know where they are. That's all we've got. Now, if you're running and you press,
Trail up the rocks is close by.
I think it's pressing square. I wasn't running fast enough, maybe. Then you would slide, but I guess I have to remember how to do that. Now, if I want to call this guy, throw a rock, which wasn't really what I wanted to do. I have to switch at the bottom. You can see that pressing left and right changes what's on the bottom. So we want to put it on this, which is to whistle. So if I whistle, I can call them over, and then I can silent strike. Alright, let's get around here a bit. There we go. Call them in again. Oh, that's a bit weird. What? Okay, that seemed a bit glitchy to me. Oh. So let's sneak up on him and silent strike. So you don't have to do it while you're hiding. You can sneak up on them as well. Right. Try to remember to harvest your kills.
Grata may be devout, but it takes strong arms to reach the Overlook the fast way.
That's how you slide. You have to be running. Like actually running. Okay. Now we're going to climb up. We've got to go up to the Overlook. Still on a mission for Grata. Have you guys played these games on the PS4? I mean, are you playing it now on the PC? I mean, what's your experiences of it? I mean, do you find that the graphics are better? Because I'm looking at them, but I can't really tell too much of a difference. I don't know if that's just me, but it'd be interesting to see. I could see the grass was very much dynamic, which wasn't the case in the PS4 game, I think. I can see by looking at the character, she's a lot more. That's a bit of a zoom. I don't know. To me, it just seems the same. I'm not as impressed as I thought I would be. But anyway, okay. So this location, this point right here, this is where we want to go. We want to go just down there, and we're going to slide down using that rope. However, I've stopped here for a moment just to share a little trick of my own. Now, if you were to scan down there, you'd notice a whole load of gooses. Or geese. Geese is probably the right way to say it. So, anyway, you find some geese. So we tag them so that we can see where they are. If I was to slide down there, they would all pretty much fly away. Pretty instantly. And I wouldn't get a chance to kill any of them. Now, if you played the game before, you're probably aware that geese and rats are fairly difficult to find out in the world. So what I like to do is, while standing here, I actually prefer to walk out on here and do it, but at the moment I don't have a particular skill which would allow me to use my weapons up here. When it gets to the point that you got bombs, you'll be able to fire bombs and kill a lot more of them in one go. But in the meantime, try to isolate the ones that are standing alone, because you'll notice that once you kill one or attack one, the ones nearest to it tend to fly away.
I'm out of everything.
Alright, let's just fill up my ammo. So just gotta take some good careful aim and try to kill. Oh, no. Got him. Kill as many as you can from here before sliding down. Because once you have slid down, I am trying to not crouch. There we go, that's better. Once you've slid down, any remaining ones I think will end up flying away. So there's one there. Oh. Yeah, there you go, flies off. But we killed quite a few. And what we want is to get some bones and skins. So there we go, some bone. More bone. And we're not going to sell any of them. We're going to keep the bone. And we're going to keep the skin. Please be skin, yes. Because they are what we're going to use for upgrading. And they are fairly difficult to come across, these geese. Now this is a location to try and remember, so if you need goose skins or goose bones, you can come to that point just up there and shoot them down here. I think each time you come back to this area, you'll have new geese on there.
That she ignores me, or that with all her talking to All-Mother, she's never lonely.
Now you may have noticed I rappelled down there. You simply get to a rappel point and you press triangle and that will automatically repel you. You won't need to actually do anything specific while rappelling.
So much for being careful.
Right, now we're heading back to Grata, but while we're here we got some creatures, some machines I should say, that we want to exterminate. Because oops, better watch her. It was. It's not anymore. Now the reason we are doing this now is just to get us some blaze canisters, which will allow us to make our fire arrows. I'm intending on coming back to this point anyway and doing it again to get more blaze canisters, but this way you can kill what's here at the moment and then they'll kind of respawn before you come back. The only bit of advice that I got for you on these particular machines are to be careful not to shoot. Don't shoot the blaze canister that's on the back. I know that generally you would because that's how you kill them easily, but if you do that you won't be able to harvest the blaze canister, and that is really what you need at this point. Alright, we'll come back to that anyway. For now, let's head back to Grata, and when we come back this way we'll be able to kill a few more. Oh, we might pass by some of them. That was not bad. Got quite a few there. Right, while we're here, just approach one of these campsites and just press triangle, and that will give you a quick save. That's like an auto save that you'll be able to reload your next point from. I like to do a little manual save as well. I am actually going to overwrite this particular game because it was malfunctioning. There were some issues with it. Alright, so we can actually make some fire arrows. Yay! I'm not going to use them, so always make sure. If you make the fire arrows and you don't change it, it will stick with the fire arrows and you'll end up using them up. So change back to hunter arrows, just so you don't waste them, because at this point I don't think you really need them. Alright, while I'm in here, let me check what I need for carry capacity. Hunter bow, quiver I can upgrade. I've got a boar bone, I just need some fatty meats. I only need one more fatty meat and a few more metal shards. So now we can actually go 30 of each. Okay, I can't do 30 fire arrows because I don't have enough materials. Hence why you should always try and get as many materials as you possibly can. Right, let's see, do we have any more aminals? Sorry, that's just what I call animals. There we go. We've got one from a distance.
Tough, but I'm used to it. There's
Let's
Grata.
go see
All
Grata.
alone, Mother. The only way she knows. Here are your prayer beads, Grata. Now you have what you need.
All Mother. Each morning I find your tears of joy speckling the leaves. Joy at the beauty of all you have made. See how I cry now with you in gratitude.
So you'll cry for her, but you won't speak to me. Fine. Guess that makes you the better outcast. Grata, I may not be around much for a while. I'm gonna run in the proving, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen after that.
Oh, Mother, I thank you for the kindnesses you share. When the proving comes, in your great wisdom, may you give favor to a brave of generous heart.
I think I get what you're saying. Goodbye, Grata. For now.
Hear me as I count.
Okay, my wife has joined us. Hello, wife. Say hello. They can hear you from a distance. Say hello. No, she's too shy. It's fine. It's fine. So we have dealt with Odd Grata. Let's have a look at our missions. What should we do now? Alright, we've got a skill point. Let's use the skill point. No thank you. No thank you. Probably... yeah, concentration. There we go. And let's head towards... let's see. Quests. We want to do the side quest first, I think. To get us some more experience. So I'm just going to make my way there and kill some animals or collect some things as I go.
Going down fast. This'll last.
Are you out
No, it was close. Alright, we got another mission around here. There it is up there. Don't know why there's no exclamation mark on her. There should be. It's fine. Ah, there we go. Just appeared out of nowhere. No idea why. Maybe it's because it's got to be within 50 steps. That's all good anyway. Alright, let's get up there and we can activate the mission and we can go do that next.
It's heavy. World's going. Who are you calling out for? Do you need help?
I have nothing against outcasts. Far from it. But I shouldn't talk to you. I don't want to get in trouble.
I don't see anyone else around to help.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be callous. My brother was cast out, but his sentence has ended. He should have come home, but he didn't. And his camp was covered in blood.
You said your brother's camp was soaked with blood?
The Braves went looking for him, and that's what they found. All I can think about is what might have happened. Is he really dead? Or maybe just wounded? Is he suffering? Does he need help? I can't stand it not knowing.
What are you doing out here all alone?
Each day I cut a notch on the wall so I knew Brom's sentence was over. Then I cut 3 more. But he still hadn't come back. I begged the matriarchs to send Braves to find him, and all they found was a blood-soaked camp. The Braves said he must be dead, but I have to know the truth. So I came out looking for him.
Why was your brother cast out?
Brom was always a little different. A little touched. One of the hunters had a cruel heart and never let him alone. I was gone but an hour, and the hunter set after him like always, but this time, Brom struck back with a rock and split the man's skull. Spirits made him do it, he said. Whispers of the forgotten. It cost him 10 years. I never should have left him alone.
What do you mean, forgotten?
All Mother curses blasphemers who won't repent, banishing them from her eternal memory. Those lost spirits are the forgotten. Brom used to say they spoke to him, told him to do things. It was such a burden for him, and there was nothing I could do to help.
I'll do what I can to find your brother.
You will? Then let me come with you. I won't be a bother. I know how to stay out of sight.
I'm faster on my own.
If that is how it must be, just find him then. Please.
Okay, where were we? Something I want to try here, and I might die, and I might not. If I'm right, if I roll off of here, I think I survive. Normally if I jump I probably wouldn't survive, but let's see. No, did not work. Okay, that was a stupid thing to do. I'm now using up all of my medicine. That was worth testing.
That must be Arana. Sounds like she's in trouble.
Alright, let's go save her then. Ooh, piggy. Can we increase our capacity? No, apparently not. Okay, it's because I made some. Bye bye to you, bye bye to you. See, if this was hard mode, I'd be dead now. Okay, a bit more medicines. Why am I still crouching? Where am I even supposed to be going? Okay, over there. Why? Let me check my settings. So, for general, quest waypoints, waypoint path finding, dynamic places markers to help the player navigate through the world to the waypoint location. Rather not. Let's turn that off. Off. That should do it. Basically, what I just changed there was how the waypointing works. The waypointing is like sat-nav. It's
like she's in trouble.
The location of that yellow item that shows you where your destination is. The way it was set was that it would appear on the path to guide me along the path so that I can find my way there. I don't like that. I prefer it to just be at its destination, and that way if I can jump over things or find a way around things, then I can do so without it forcing me down a path where I'll only really know where the destination is if I check my map or if I get to the destination. Wow, that took too many hits. Boom. Okay, oop.
Thanks for saving me from those machines.
Okay. I think I've got weapons mods. Let's have a look. Crafting. So let's check our inventory. Oh yeah, we've got quite a few. Didn't realise we had that many. At the moment, when I modify a weapon, if I add this to my weapon, I will not be able to remove it and keep it. Once I've used it, if I try to take it off, it will simply disappear. I just won't have it anymore. I can replace it with something else, I think, but I can't keep it. Further along down the line, you will be able to keep them. You'll have a skill that you'll be able to learn that will allow you to keep any modifications, and that will be quite vital. But for now, we're going to add these on because they're going to give us a little bit of extra damage.
Can I talk to you for a minute? Thank you. I thought those Watchers were gonna tear me apart.
Your father sent me after you. It's time to go home.
I figured. But I can't go back until I get my mother's spear from that scrapper.
That spear must mean a lot to you.
My mother made it not long before she died. I can't believe my father lost it.
He didn't mean to. Scrappers are dangerous.
I know. I just can't stand the idea that it might be gone forever.
Your father is worried sick about you.
He gets worried if I go 10 steps to relieve myself in the bushes.
He doesn't want to lose you, Arana.
I know. But I do wish he wouldn't yell at me so much.
How did you wind up in that tree?
I tracked the scrapper to Mother's cradle. Caught a glimpse of it too, but then a Watcher saw me and called his pack. By all, Mother, I'm just not a good enough hunter to get that spear back, am I?
I'll look for your spear.
You will? Oh, thank you.
Go find your father. His leg gave out while he was searching for you, just south of Mother's Heart.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll go to him right away. Thanks again.
Okay, let's track. There we go. So your focus can track pretty much anything that's trackable. So we can highlight by pressing R1, and then we can follow when we take when we turn the focus off. So this should be fairly basic. Follow the path and kill anything that gets in your way. And while you're going, these are little ventures that you're going to do occasionally when you're tracking. Just while you're doing it, just remember there are things to collect along the way. So there you go, like that.
If I follow its tracks, I should be able to find that spear.
Okay, fresh track.
Mother's cradle.
More medication just in case. I know we're on story mode, but you can still get killed. Let's just deviate off for a second.
These will keep.
Now obviously if your medicine pouch is already full, you won't be able to pick up
Time to see cars.
any medication. So at the moment you can see I can pick this up because I just needed a little bit more, but I won't be able to pick any more up, and it will just show up as red when you get near a medicinal plant. Alright, another scan. Can we see that? R1, yep. So there's the example I mean. So there's a medicinal plant right there. Can't pick it up, so it's turned red. If your inventory is full, or if you don't have space to carry a particular item, then that will again happen for that particular item that you come across. Ooh, what are you? Raccoon. Let it go for now. Okay, so just another quick save. And continue on the path. Now, can you see him up there? There he is. And I can probably get him from here. What a shot. Reach level 5. Right, now. Oh. What else we got here? Oh, it's coming. Oops. That's a bit poor. Really should have scanned them properly first, but you can see what their weaknesses are. Now bear in mind, I've played this game before. I already know this game, so I know what their weaknesses are already. But you can always find out what the weaknesses are just by scanning them. And if you're not sure, if you can't remember and you don't want to scan again for whatever reason that might be, you can just go into your notebook, take a look at the machine catalog, and any creatures you've scanned so far will be there, and it will give you any of their weaknesses there as well. So you can see machine components, weakness none on the body, on the eye, the whole thing is a weakness generally in itself. For a Strider, on its body, no weakness. Blaze canister is a weakness, and it has a weakness specifically to fire and tear. Now that means if you use fire on it, it's going to explode. That's a canister that's got some pretty flammable liquid in it, so it will explode if you fire at it with a fire arrow. And tear means that if you shoot a tear arrow, which we'll come across at some point soon, then it will rip the canister from the body and allow you to collect it without actually killing the creature or the machine, unless you're in easy mode, in which case it will probably kill the machine anyway. We have a skill. Let's select something for our skill point. Precision will increase our light spear attack. Silent drop means we can jump down without making noise. Don't really use hunter reflex as much. Speed up healing. Gather additional resources. Or shard salvager. I'm gonna go with shard salvager for now, because if I have items that I want to sell but I'm not near a trader or don't have a trader with me, then I can get rid of them and get some shards out of them. So for example, if I go into resources, this is all I've got on me, but like this item, its value is 20. Now I could wait until I can sell it to a trader, but if I need the shards now, then I can simply press X to disassemble and I'll get half of the shards. So you can see the shards at the bottom left, currently 39. If I sell, I've now got 49. So that just gives me a few additional. And don't sell any of these skins or bones of any of the creatures unless you've completed all of your upgrading. Now your upgrades are here, carry capacities are all there. Modifications on outfits and weapons will depend on the modifications that you pick up, but it's carry capacity that you're looking at. Now I am going to increase my resources satchel first, because we've basically run out of space there, but I can still do my hunter bow quiver. So now I've increased that. So if I press L1, I can see that I can actually build more. Yay. Alright. Still don't have a lot of canisters. Now I can pick up that scrapulin. So when we harvested that one we killed initially, it gave us the spear that we came here looking for. So now that we got it, we'll just head back. So once again, I'm going to head back, kill anything that's in my way, and collect any resources that I come across. And end that mission, and then go on to the next. So I'm just looking at this grass. It does seem a lot more dynamic. Its movement is far more dynamic than it used to be on the PS4. And I think the reason that the quality doesn't look any different really is probably because I'm using a laptop. I've got a Lenovo Legion 740, a Y740, and it's a pretty good laptop, but obviously the screen is a lot smaller than my usual 55-inch that I use with the PlayStation, so it could be that it's just down to a smaller screen. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? If you've played it before, does it look better? I'm currently playing 2 games at the moment. This one, which is my new start, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I think I've done about 2 episodes at the moment. I'll be releasing my 3rd probably in a couple of days. Usually release that one on a Saturday. I think the Horizon ones I'll probably be releasing on probably midweek at some point. I might focus on trying to release them on a Wednesday. But I haven't really decided on that. I might just go with Sunday, so I might release on a Saturday and a Sunday. Just to give you more to do over the weekend, if you're interested in watching my vids.
Looks good.
Those are the games that I'm currently playing, the ones I pretty much enjoy the most, to be honest. Yes, I've played them before. I have played them all on the PS4. I've played them thoroughly and enjoyed them thoroughly. Very much excited to have them on the PC. It's my new little toy, you know.
Oh, mother be praised! Aloy's back with the spear.
Snow Child itches.
But if there are other games of a similar type that you guys like and enjoy and would like to see me play, then please let me know, and let me know what they're like. Give me your input too.
First you send Arana back to me, and now you've got the spear. When I first called out to you for help, I didn't even know if you'd speak to me. I'm glad you did.
Me too. I can't believe you got the spear back.
Your mother knew how to craft them. It's of exceptional make.
I'll never be the crafter she was, but she did pass along a few tricks. I'd be happy to take a look at your spear.
Thank you. It sounds like she was special. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, because of you, I still have the spear to remember her by. You didn't have to help us, but you did. She would have admired that. Thank you, Aloy, for everything.
Okay, so we got ourselves a bit of an upgrade now to our spear. We've increased the damage by 1, so we've got a little damage boost there. So what's next on our list? Let's go to our quests. We still need to talk to Cast to trade for a Tripcaster for the main mission, and we have one side mission to do. So let's do the Forgotten. Now, with this mission, this is going to take us over here. Alright, now, unless you go out of your way, you never get to activate this point or go down to this scrapper site. However, I am going to take us there. So before we even do this, since we're heading in that direction, we're going to go and activate this. So we're just going to go past it, and then we're going to go to the scrapper site here. We're going to go to the scrapper site for a good reason, and I'll let you know that once we get there. So as we said before, we're just going to make our way there and kill anything that's in our way, collect anything that we need to, and don't be afraid to kill things as you go. Don't be afraid to attack machines and take them down, or to attack any animals that might provide you with resources and take them down, because they all provide you with a bit of experience. And the more experience you get now, the higher your level's going to be further along down the line. And believe me, you are going to want that. As I say, most of you aren't going to play on story mode the whole time. But even if you choose not to play story mode, if you choose to play a greater difficulty, then getting your level up and getting as many resources as possible, it's going to be quite important. At the moment, you have different options when it comes to playing at a lower level or a lower difficulty. But if you choose to play ultra hard, for example, you will not be able to get certain resources that would normally or generally be available to you. As an example, I would show you this when we get to a trader, but traders will also carry a supply box that you'll be able to get from them, and it's completely free. It's like think of it like a little tester package, and you can you can collect that from every single trader that you come across the first time you come across them. I think with Cast you can collect 2. One the first time you meet him, and one when you meet him again just prior to the proving. But they have resources in them. I don't tend to open them, at least not to begin with. I tend to just collect them up in my my treasures area, so they will show up in your inventory down in treasure boxes just here. But you can just go through them when and if you're running out of any kind of resource, any kind of material that you might need. And then it's like having it there additionally as a little bit extra, and it will mean that it won't impact your actual inventory, your resources that you're carrying, because you'll be limited as to what you can catch, as to what you can carry. But if it's in the treasure boxes, then it won't count towards your carried inventory, in which case you can carry a lot more. So just bear that in mind, but bear in mind that if you do start with ultra hard mode, you won't have access to those additional resources, and it will be even more difficult for you to come across resources. There will be fewer resources on your general map, in the general world that you're in. So here, you know, we're running around, we can just pick up these resources as they come. There'll be much fewer of them in ultra hard mode, and obviously you will need to use more arrows when you're fighting enemies.
Red light.
And that is going to cost you even more in resources.
Must be Bob's camera. Better clear out those.
It's going to cost you a lot more in resources, and it's going to mean that it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to keep your ammunition fully loaded and stocked up. That's the reason that I'm going through the game in story mode first, to gain all the weaponry, all the materials that I need, and be as stocked up as possible before going into ultra hard. Now, this is the area that we want to check, and if I just do a little scan, you can see that I can have a look at the campfire.
Looks like a few drops of blood lead away from the camp.
And another scan will give us a path that we can follow. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to leave that so that we can go down to that scrapper site that we were talking about. So this is our next location that we want to get to. I'll just tag that. Gives a little flag, make sure it's available, and we can see it and simply follow it. Now you probably remember this path. I think this was the path that we came down at the very beginning of the game with Rost, and right there was where we had some, right here in this area we had some Striders that he screamed at and they ran away. Now, when you get to within 50 steps, it should turn green. There you go, instantly. So that's now highlighted, so when we go back onto our map, that's turned green. We'll be able to fast travel there. We don't have fast travel available at the moment, I think, because we don't have any in our inventory. We need let's have a look. Resources, no, we don't have it. We need fast travel packs in order to fast travel, and we can't do that just yet because we don't have any, but we're not in a rush. We don't need to do that just yet. You'll want to try and get to Meridian as quickly as possible, because Meridian is where you're going to find a lot of your supplies and weapons and things that you're going to need. But they also have something very special. They have a golden fast travel pack that will basically allow you to fast travel continuously without needing a new pack, so you'll never run out. Right, so we're just heading down towards this scrapper site now. We're not far. Now, why did I bring you all the way down here? What was the difference between this scrapper site and this one down here, which we had easier access to? Well, you'll see. Now, do you see what the scrappers are messing around with? They've got little piles there next to them, and you'll see that that one is currently blue. I'm really hoping that this one's going to be... I can't see it for the moment, so let's deal with this one. Right, 9% resist ranged attacks weave. Okay. It was nowhere near as good as I'd like it to be, but never mind. These little piles that they got down here are the first places in the game where you can find some really good modifications for your weapons or your armors. Unfortunately, they weren't purple. Normally, you'd find at least one purple down here, but it wasn't available this time. We've got some blue ones, which I suppose were okay. The green ones are the weakest ones, or the worst modifications. The blue ones are the better. But it would have been nice to get some purple ones. But I'm not overly worried. Again, because this is story mode. And because it's story mode, it's not difficult. And therefore, the modifications aren't going to improve my killing ability by much. So, not overly worried. We're going to get plenty of purple ones further along down the line, and when we get to the Frozen Wilds later on, there are going to be a lot more of them. Now, speaking of the Frozen Wilds modifications, there are special modifications in the Frozen Wilds that you'll be able to get that have combinations of abilities attached to them, which will really, really strengthen your weapons. And you'll have an option at that point. You can complete the game, say, 100 times, which, you know, doesn't take too much time at all. And in so doing, complete the Frozen Wilds 100 times and do so by completing absolutely everything, and then you'll have 100 of every single one of those modifications, in which case you can apply those to all of your weapons and make them incredibly strong, if you've got the time to do that. Okay, here we are. So let's tag and follow the track.
Snow haze, white as bone. Whose knife is this? Did someone attack Brom with it? Looks like more blood leading away from here.
You'll have to start and stop every now and then to re-pick up the trail. It'll bring you to a place like this, for example. You've got to do a little investigation of an item.
Did someone bring the blood to the camp?
And then retrack.
The trail of blood ends here, but whoever left it must have also left tracks. Drake.
Can't make any changes to that just yet. Actually, that being said, I can increase our modifications satchel. So there we go. And we got another skill point. Let's go with precision.
That's twisted. If Brahm did this, why does he want people to think he's dead? And why desecrate the shrine? What are those scrappers picking at? Looks like it was a watcher. Whoever I'm following made short work of it. If it's Brahm, he definitely knows how to handle a spear.
Ooh, Foxy.
Someone loaded these supplies. Brahm was an outcast for a long time. Why take food and gear now?
Ouch.
It's the supplies from the cache. Why would they take them and just throw them away?
Ooh, we got a fast travel pack. But like I said, to be honest, I don't really use them, at least until I get to Meridian City.
I will. I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself before I hurt her.
There's our Brahm.
I will. I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself before I hurt her. You're not a spirit. What do you want?
I want you to step away from the edge, Brahm.
No. Leave me alone. Can't you see I need time to think? How am I supposed to think when everybody is shouting at me?
Okay, again, let's be nice.
So many voices to listen to. It must make your head hurt. I promise my voice will be soft and soothing.
A soft voice, like Alara's. It's been so long. Years. Yes. Yes, I will listen.
That's better. Now tell me, what's troubling you?
Spirits of the forgotten. Souls cursed by the All-Mother. Their voices never let me be. They want me to do things. Hurt people. If I go back to the Nora, they might make me hurt Alara. And I'll kill myself before I let that happen.
Do you have to listen to the spirits, Rob?
They're speaking to me right now. O is with me. They take care of me. Keep me company. Help me. Except when they scream. Like when that hunter knocked me down. Crush his skull with the rock, they said. And I did.
Brom, you're alive. Oh, Mother be praised. I'm sorry I followed you, but I had to make sure he was all right.
No. Please, sister, I can't protect you.
I need no protection from you, Brom.
He fears these spirits that he hears will turn him against you. Unless your voice can quiet them?
Yes, just as it was before. He only ever hurt someone once, and it was provoked.
I don't want to hurt you. But the forgotten, their whispers, they fill my head with screams.
Brom isn't ready to return to the Nora, but I don't think he'll hurt you, Alara.
There's a place where I can stay. A cave on All-Mother Mountain. I suppose you could visit me there, so long as I'm strong.
You will be, Brom. I'll help you. Thank you, Aloy. I'll take care of him now. May you walk in All-Mother's eternal memory, and may the forgotten leave you be.
Okay. So no repel point? No. Would have helped us to get down a bit better, but never mind. Oh dear. I never meant to do that. That was a total accident. Oh. Okay, now we've highlighted quite a few areas. There's still these, but we'll get to them fairly quickly, I think. There's nothing left to do except go to cast and get the Tripcaster before moving on to going to meet Rost. But before we do, I did tell you that we'll be going back to the ruins, so let's head back there. And we will be able to get into the areas that we couldn't get into before. We're not children anymore. We have a spear now. I've never managed to get all the data points in this game.
Stocking up.
If any one of you have, then please let me know. I'd be interested in that. Ouch.
I haven't been here in years. Wonder what I can find.
Now, when you're down here, do a little scan, and you're going to see plenty of rats. I can't even... They're so fast. Now, why bother with that? Well, oh, how did that even happen? Because rats are difficult to find. So I gave you a trick earlier of where to find geese. This is the trick for where to find rats. If you come into here and then get all the rats that you can find, and you can find quite a few, So just a quick scan of every room when you get in. And before doing anything else, kill those rats. And you might get lucky enough to get some bone or get some skin, which you'll need to do some upgrading. And you can always come back into this area again, should you ever need to hunt for more. Come on, get him. Where'd he go? Alright, so we got some skin. That's good. And a tiny meat. That's not the main reason that we're in here, though. This is. So now, with our spear, we're able to break through. This is a metal flower. It's a collectible.
Patterns on this flower are so strange.
Let's just take a look and see if there's anything else in the room. Nope. If you go into your notebook, into collectibles, you'll be able to see it. So there it is. Now, as I say, when you get to speak to a trader, you will be able to get the maps of the area, the collectibles maps, the additional bits, and you'll be then able to see on the map where all the locations are. Then you can spend some time going around trying to find them. What do you get? What's the point? Well, you can trade those in for specific items or boxes. Isn't that fun? Well, it is actually, because you can get some pretty good, interesting stuff. No rats. So let's get in here. Just a few items that we can get around here. Let's move on. No, no use.
That area back there.
Okay.
I can find a way into it now that I'm older.
Why can't I take more? Okay. Looks like we're full.
Some kind of power cell.
Yes, some kind of power cell indeed. That power cell was very, very good. We need that. That's one of 5. And we will need those to unlock a particular type of armor later on. So we definitely wanted that. Now, I think we got everything in this area. Oh, I see a rat. Don't think we can get in there. No. No. That's not an enterable area. I think we're going the wrong way. Yep, we are definitely going the wrong way. So we broke into there, we should have gone this way. Any rats? Ooh, rat.
can't spare the weight.
Okay, it looks like the rat's on the other side, so we can't actually get that. Ooh, good, some skin. Where are they? Ah, Striders, they're on the outside. We can scan through walls. Oh, I heard a rat. I'm gonna get you. I'm coming to get you. Lovely. Nothing. Okay, so rat. Nice, another bit of skin. What? Oh, it's a talisman. Okay. Oh, where have we gone? Oh. Okay. And some bone, that should really be helpful. So if we're going to crafting now, what do we have? We can increase our resources, which is probably a good idea actually. And we can well, our outfit satchel is not a big deal, and neither is our weapon satchel at the moment because we can't purchase any. Traps, let's do that since we can.
Saving these for the trail.
Yeah, I'm really not that worried about getting attacked. In this mode, it's quite straightforward. The difficulty is just not hard enough to cause you any kind of damage at all. Alright, so we're just heading now towards Cast.
No one else around. Looks safe to
And that actually brings me to another little trick spot of mine. Before we speak to him, actually. We just came from a village. There's a village here. And what you'll notice is that this particular village has a lake right there. You can see it right here. Yeah? Its location is going to be right in this area here. This is the lake. Okay. So you can see its location right there, this lake. This lake, you can go from one side of the lake to the other side of the lake and then do a focus scan and you'll find plenty of fish there. So if you're having trouble finding any fish, shouldn't really be too difficult to find fish, but if you are finding difficulty, that is the perfect place to come and collect some. And you get quite a few there. You get quite enough to shoot them all while they're in the water running and grab whatever items they've got. Let's talk to Cast.
Well, well, well. An outcast on my doorstep. All mother protect me.
Surprised you saw me the way you keep looking every other direction to make sure no one's watching. Careful there, or you'll sprain your neck.
It's always a pain in the neck when you show up, girl, one way or another.
Is there a reason why you're acting so cranky today?
Once you run the proving and get made a brave, you'll deal with traitors in Mother's Heart. Maybe I don't like losing customers.
Traitors who don't break the law and deal with outcasts, you mean?
That's right. Our days of crime will be behind us, so long as you keep quiet.
Are you worried I'm going to tell someone that you trade with outcasts?
I don't think you're the kind who talks, but you never know.
You can stop worrying. The secret's safe with me.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I don't mind hearing it.
The only person I've ever told about our trades is Rost.
Yeah, well, not like he can turn me in, even if he wanted to. Law and duty sort of a man, that Rost. I don't know how you stand it.
You really don't know why he was cast out?
I've told you no. I don't think anyone knows what he did, but it must have been serious because his term is for life.
Why do you take the risk, trading with outcasts?
Every time you ask. If a big, meaningful talk is what you're after, move along.
It's because you used to be one, isn't it?
Yeah. Got caught poking around one of the metal ruins out beyond the Embrace. Matriarch said I was tainted and gave me 5 years.
What did you see in the ruins?
Nothing I can make sense of. After my shunning, I tried living back in Mother's Heart, but everyone I knew had moved on, and there were so many people everywhere I turned. I like it better out here.
Okay, so let's
Last time
trade.
I visited, you had a tripcaster available for trade. Still got it?
I do. But you'd need to bring me a scrapper lens. What can I say? Special weapons don't come cheap.
Oh, I can pay. Took down a scrapper not long ago. Stripped out the lens in perfect condition.
I'll be the judge of that. Show me.
Right, so we can buy a tripcaster now. I say buy, really we're just trading a scrapper lens for it. So there we go, we purchased that and we can equip it straight away. I usually put tripcasters right down to the bottom. There are other items here, slings and so on and so on. What would be good? Not that, not that. Rope caster's alright, but I don't usually use it. Sharp shot bows are good, but we don't need one just yet. There are better sharp shot bows out there. But remember what I said about treasure boxes. I can collect a free sample box. So there we go. And traveler box. This box must be open to reveal its content. This is the extra resources that we got because of the game for pre-ordering the game. So we can buy these as well. We'll probably just leave them in where they are. We won't need to actually use them. They'll be in our inventory, but we don't need to use them just yet. And we can see if there's anything we want to sell. So out of our resources, you can see on the sides it tells you what they're used for. So this one, for example, is crafting items, trading workments, or selling for metal shards. I generally say don't trade anything unless it says just selling for metal shards, like this one for example. So that, by all means, go ahead and sell. This one, same again, but don't get rid of items that you may need later on for crafting or for trading in. Okay, you want to sell any modifications? Generally yes, but we'll wait on that. We'll hold off for a little while.
Practice how to use it someplace else, all right? My life's exciting enough without a bunch of shock wire booby traps to trip over.
Really? Could have fooled me. Will you be around later, in case I want to make another trade?
I'll be here. Same as usual, bring me the parts you harvest from any machines you hunt. The better the parts, the more shards I'll pay. Be sure to take a close look at my inventory, though. Who knows? Maybe I've got something that could give you an edge in the proving.
I guess that concludes our business.
All right. Good luck in the proving. Blessing of All Mother and all that.
I've got what I need. Time to meet Rost at the North Gate.
Right. Now then, now that we've got the Tripcaster in our inventory, it will show up. So we can, well, if we go to crafting, we can modify it by adding any one of these. Now at the moment all you can use is shock, so let's add a shock coil to it, why not? Ooh, carry capacity's gone up, so let's add to our modifications pack. We can still add to the rest. Potions and Tripcaster ammo. There we go. So, same way as we do with our arrows, we just press L1 and that will give us the option to purchase more. We actually need more regular arrows, more fire arrows, but we can't make them yet. And we can't make these. We've run out of shards. That's not good. But that's fine. Right. If you go into your quests now, you will find that down under tutorials, you'll have a tutorial for a Tripcaster. So trip machines with shock wires. You do that 3 times, you get 1,330 experience. And judging by the fact that we only need another 2,650 experience points, 1,330 is pretty hefty. Okay, we also had, what do we have under quests? Side mission, Ancient Armory. We don't need to worry about that. It says level 25, but you don't need to worry because we need the power cells. I mentioned there were 5 of them before. We need the power cells in order to be able to do that. So the next one we got to do is point the spear, speak to Rost. He is not too far away. Let's just get down here. He is 240 odd steps away. So down here you can see, there you go, that's the lake I was talking about. So if you simply make your way over to the lake, take a scan, you can see plenty of fish in there. Alright, so you can just stand right here, target them all by highlighting them like so. Even if you don't target all of them, just target as many as you can. And then, oh, you don't want to use that. Target each of them. And then once they're all done, have a dive in. And there you go, fish bone. When I'm doing this, I tend to just go for the ones that have blue or green on them. Fish skin, very good. Talisman, we can sell that. Fish bone. Where is it? There it is. There we are. So, what we're going to do is we're going to head to Rost. I'm just going to save the game there before talking to him.
There he is. Right where he said he'd be.
Okay, just going to do a manual save.
Aloy, you're here.
This seems like a good place to end episode 1, so thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of my next video upload. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, please leave me a comment below and join me again for episode 2, where we will be continuing on with our adventure. Until then, stay safe and happy gaming.
Thanks for watching.